Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing things just a little bit differently. We'll be talking about the Chinese servers for World of Warcraft that just had their 20th year anniversary live stream event, and it came out with a lot of really interesting new stuff. We'll be diving into what that is and my thoughts and opinion on it. Remember, if you like these kind of videos and want more WoW content and guides in the future, let me know by leaving a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out. Alright, let's jump right into this. So NetEase, the company that owns the Chinese servers for World of Warcraft, they held a live stream event the other day covering a whole bunch of very interesting topics. I'm gonna first read through a couple bullet points I want to talk about on each section, and then we'll go into my opinions on it, what I think they should do, and pros and cons of doing certain things and not doing certain things. I would like to hear what you guys think too in the comments below. Let me know. I love hearing everybody else's other opinions on these topics. So let's go ahead and get on into it. So the first thing is here, they're trying to speed through Cataclysm Classic for the Chinese servers. With the server shut down back in a couple years ago, it put them really far behind for Classic. So it looks like NetEase, here's a little thing here I wanted to read. NetEase announced that Chinese players will play through an accelerated version of Cataclysm, featuring speeding level and increased rewards. The fourth expansion is intended to complete by the end of the year, paving the way for Mist of Pandaria to release late winter, early spring. Imagine that. It's July now. They're trying to get through Cataclysm in like 6 months. That is an insane speed. And it seems like they're trying to maybe sync up with NA EU servers for some global thing they plan to do on Aftermath. Who knows what that is? Let me know in the comments what you think that might be. The next thing, they just talk about missed events and new opportunities. So they talk about in here that the Chinese servers, due to the shutdown, they didn't get mop remix, but they're implementing new ways to get it like in retail. I'm not quite exactly sure how it is. Obviously, it's not in English. Can't understand it too well. One thing that I do want to note in here is it says NetEase reiterated that the new Classic Plus Lite content is in development and confirmed that the Chinese players will experience it alongside the rest of the world. So that's very interesting that they will be playing it alongside us. So the main thing that everybody's talking about, Titan Reforged Classic server. So what this is, it's very interesting. It's described as a raid rush experience. You raiders out there, you would love this. I am a raider. I love raiding. Not much of a PvPer, but you know, everybody's got their niche. It's described as a raid rush experience. Titan Reforged combines Classic, the Burning Crusade, Wrath of Lich King into a single game mode with content from all 3 expansions scaled to 80. So the very interesting thing about this, it seems like you level at 80. Maybe they have increased XP, you know, all that stuff. You level at 80. And all the content from Classic, from Vanilla, TBC, Wrath, you'll be doing it all at level 80. So what does that mean? That means players will, each week, a different raid from across 3 expansions will be available. So to me, that seems like 1 week you'll be raiding Molten Core. Maybe the next week they release and it's Black Temple. And then the next week after that, maybe it's ICC, maybe, who knows? However they rotate it, but it seems like rotating it every single week, that'd be a really cool experience, and it keep it fresh, keeps it fun, and keep it fresh. I mean, they'll probably have like a week or two to tell you what kind of raids coming out in a week or two, but you don't know after that. It keeps it fresh. So each raid will be rescaled to level 80, with raids further rebalanced to accommodate maximum players of 25. So no more 40-man raids for this. They're keeping it at 25 players just for probably consistency. Because I know in SOD, when they had, it was 10-man raids, and then they did 25-man raids, you know, and then when you got to 60, it was 40-man raids. It broke a lot of guilds apart with that. And then the old gear, tier sets, and reputation will be updated and suitable for level 80 characters. Promoting the ability to wield Thunder Fierce against Lich King, Shadowmourne against, you know, Illidan. You get to use like Atiesh at level 80. All of it scaled up to level 80. So, and then all classes, talents, spells, and abilities will use level 80 version and Wrath design. To me, I really love this. I love Wrath. Wrath is my favorite Classic expansion to play. So this would be like gold to me. Doing all the old Classic raids at level 80, To me, I feel like Wrath was, out of all the classic versions of the game, of course, was like the most balanced. You know, there was more balance between all classes. Most classes felt good, and everybody just did solid. Most classes did solid. So what else did they talk about? Legion Remix to release this year. So they confirmed but did not give a date for retail players that Legion Remix will be coming sometime this year. And even though they missed the MOP Remix due to servers being shut down, they did confirm that retail will be getting Legion Remix for Chinese servers and NA, of course. It'll be the same time globally. Everybody will get the same thing. And then retail stuff if you want to go through all that stuff. But let's look more into the Titan Forge. What is it? What's their timeline looking like? So here's a picture of their timeline. As they said, Cataclysm's looking like it's gonna be like 6 months, which is crazy fast. I don't know how they're gonna do that release, but we're not here for that. We're here to look at the Titan Forge. Close this. All right, Titan Forge. What are the Titan Reforged servers? Brand new server type release. Unfortunately, this is the bad news here. I gotta drop the bomb. Exclusively in Chinese servers. I've seen a lot of hype already about this over on NA, EU servers. Unfortunately, it's gonna be Chinese exclusive. I feel like it would do great over here, just because all the SOD players, they kind of just like got kicked out of their home. They got nowhere to go, you know. Because SOD was like, it was a tiny little taste of Classic Plus. It had some retail to it with the abilities. It felt like it had a lot of Classic feel to it, because they try to make it a Classic Plus feel. But then they shut those servers down, and a lot of people don't want to play retail, and they don't want to play the same. They don't want to play MOP, and they don't want to play vanilla. What are we on 4.0 right now? So they're kind of like they're kind of homeless, it feels like. So I feel like this would be a great opportunity on the NA EU servers to kill time until like the official Classic like Plus is officially released. And it just gives Blizzard time, you know. They can put this out for NA EU servers and give them time to work on their Classic Plus. Like, yeah, you can argue that, say, oh, you know, it's going to take resources away from them so they can take this and bring it over here. It's going to take time and all that. Yes, but if they're already doing it on the Chinese servers, how hard can it be to just port that over to, you know, to these servers, right? So I want to cover a couple of my thoughts. I got some pros, some cons, I think, of it. Really only one con, but we'll get into that. So to me, I think it'd be great. I love Wrath. I love Wrath rating. I love TBC. You know, Classic's a little iffy, but you know, it's still a nostalgic rating experience. So I still have fun rating on Anniversary servers. I love the scaling up aspect of it. I'm bringing everything up to level 80. I feel like that'll be very fun, new, fresh, and the cycling through every week with a different raid, that will be fun and fresh. So it'd be, you know, and it'll be great for SOD players too. Like I mentioned before, it'll give them a home, I think. Like it'll give a feel of kind of what they're missing out on. Another thing is, it's not really Classic Plus. You know, that's coming down the line. Their later Classic Plus feel server will be coming, but it's more of like a custom feel. You know, it's kind of like one of those servers you don't talk about. It's got a new fun experience to this, and like I said, it kills time until the Classic Plus originally launches. The main big con I think this would cause between all this, you know, WoW player base, and I agree with this completely, it'll divide the players even more. We got retail, we got anniversary servers, we got era servers, we got hardcore servers, we got MOP servers, 6 servers right there. You throw another one on top of there, dividing all those players up. I think that's a huge flag. And I mean, they already said it won't become an NAEU servers, so it's not that big of a deal, unfortunately. But that's all I really had for this video. I wanted to get the news out there, get my quick little thoughts and opinions on it. Like I said, let me know what you think. Pros, cons. If you think NAEU should get this, keep it a Chinese exclusive, which it's going to be unless they drastically change their mind. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed this, Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. It really helps the channel out a lot. I'm trying to grow this channel. If you want to tune in live, I'm live here on YouTube. I'm live on Twitch 4 days a week. Check me out, twitch.tv/shopcore. Have a good time over there, and I'll be live streaming mop launch. So thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.